What's up, guys? It's Mike Sherrard. I've got a very exciting episode for you where I'm bringing on my business partner, Connor Steinbrook, and we are going to talk to you about why eXp is so advantageous for teams. A lot of people operate teams the traditional way, but personally, I believe that that's going to be dead in a couple of years because of what's happening when you can properly leverage the model at eXp. A lot of people start a team because they realize that they want to take a step away from the business and they want to have other agents helping fund their lifestyle, but there's also a lot of agents that are top producers that want to coach other agents on their team to help them get to where they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down for you clean and simple, because there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of fragmented information about eXp out there, and this is going to blow your mind when you start to see the power of how you can bring your team over to eXp and grow it quicker, more efficiently than you ever could have imagined, saving you a ton of time, attention, energy, and money. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video with my business partner, Connor Steinbrook. Super excited to share this with you today. This is an often unspoken topic, which is why a lot of teams are now considering joining eXp, specifically our organization here, the Wolfpack team. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to explain some of the value adds, some of the time saving, some of the income producing activities, and some of the incredible opportunities that team leaders have when they join eXp. This is something that we're seeing a lot of people starting to throw around ideas of why it might be a good fit for them, but there's still a lot of misinformation out there. There's still a lot of lacking information out there. So I'm really excited for my business partner, Connor, who we run the Social Strategy Mastermind with today, to explain to you some of the advantages, many of the advantages of why it's better to join eXp with your team versus a traditional brick and mortar brokerage. So Connor, welcome, brother. What's up?
What's going on, man? Let's do this. How can I help?
Yeah, super excited. So for anybody that might have been living under a rock and hasn't heard of you before, let's give the quick one over of who you are, because you've achieved some incredible things at this company. But also, let's after that dive into why teams should be entertaining this as one of the best opportunities right now.
Yeah. So, guys, if you've never heard of me before, my name is Connor Steinberg, full-time real estate entrepreneur out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I had my upbringing in the investing side of the world. Built a big company in Dallas, flipped a bunch of houses, built a rental portfolio, transitioned those into owner finance notes, bought mobile homes. So I came up on the investing side. But I moved my license here at eXp Realty back, or to eXp Realty back at the end of December, like the last week of December 2017, I guess it was. And so since then, I built one of the most successful revenue share organizations here at the company. I have agents now operating in 29 separate states. And I've been recognized here recently as a top 100 influencer. I get to meet a private group every Thursday with the other influencers in the company. And I was able to speak at Shareholders, our big event that we hold twice a year. We have two different big events. The one that we just did in the cloud, you've probably seen videos and pictures all over the internet about it. I was able to speak on stage as a top influencer for social media content creation inside the company. And, I've been able to change my life through this business model, have hundreds of agents all across North America, and looking to help other agents do the same thing. And I think a lot of people just don't understand our business model because there's fragmented information out there. I hear craziness, all I hear out there. Some's accurate, some's inaccurate, but it really does pay to sit down with someone that has the information from a real perspective, not just from what it is to run your sales business, but to build a business as an entrepreneur and understand the leverage of time and emotion and scalability and retirement purposes and the ability to attract agents, but also retain them. Because we have massive retention tools at our company. And in the real estate world, attrition is vicious. And if you don't have a way to keep agents at the company, you're not going to have a business for very long as a team leader. So there's a lot of benefits we have to offer. So let's dig into some of them.
Yeah, so even myself, I was really hesitant to join eXp because I received that fragmented information. I received, even from some people that are regarded as well-known names in the company, I received the typical presentation. They said, watch this, make your own decision, let me know when you want to come make me money, because they saw me as an asset, because they knew of my social influence, they knew of my transaction volume, and they thought that I could make them money. They never saw what I could do for them or what they could actually do for me, as well as what eXp would actually do for me. So I'm really excited to talk about the team structure, because as you and I have talked about a couple times off camera, is that the traditional team structure probably doesn't have too much longevity left in it. And I think that a lot of people that are starting to think more entrepreneurial and less traditional realtor are starting to see what they can get and what they can add to their business if they go with a model like this that's cloud-based with an incredible back end that's a huge outsourcing tool,
Yep.
as well as the opportunity to make more money as an agent and invest more time back into your business. So for a team leader, an agent like myself, if I had 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 agents on my team, why should I consider joining eXp versus a traditional brick and mortar brokerage, or a brokerage that, again, has similar structures with the multiple tiers, but might not have what eXp does?
Yeah, so the first thing is, if you guys are new to eXp, we're a cloud-based brokerage. And so we'll talk about why the brick and mortar world's disappearing, and then why the team is disappearing, because one's based off time, one's based off money. So time is what's creating the elimination of brick and mortar. So in my true opinion, you're not going to see hardly any brick and mortar companies going forward, except for companies that have like a business model, maybe like a discount tire, because you can't really drive your car into the cloud, obviously. But think about what a cloud-based competitor does that a brick and mortar model company doesn't do. It saves you a bunch of time. So there's over 10,000 brick and mortar companies go out of business last year. They're expecting 40% of companies will go out of business because of this situation we're dealing in with the health crisis all around the world. And think about what happened to these great brands over the past few years. Circuit Cities, the Sears, the Toys R Us, the Blockbusters. Let's just give a quick comparison here. Toys R Us and Amazon. One's cloud-based, one's brick and mortar, but one demands time that the other one doesn't. They say, get in your car, waste a bunch of time, drive to the store. Also time the traffic, time the stress. Go into the store, walk around the store, take time, check out, take time, drive home, take time. And then also on top of that, look at your price tag, because we want you to pay for our giant buildings that we made you drive out to, as well as all these other employees and individuals we made you drive out to the building as well. So who's going to continue to get in their car and waste time and drive down to a Toys R Us? And that's the answer, nobody, because they're out of business, because it doesn't work that way anymore. The cloud is here, technology is here, these little millionaire makers are here. So let me paint the difference of a team leader. The traditional team is going to go the way, like industry models are changing, strategies are changing as well. So look what a team leader does. Even if you're a great company, let's say you're from a franchise company, we won't name a name. What are you going to offer the marketplace? Because what you offer the marketplace is your product, is literally the product that you're offering. And the product that you're offering, even if you're a great salesman, can increase your sales. So eXp is the fastest growing brokerage in North American history. So statistically proven, we are now the most popular business model ever based off data and logic, which means that as a team leader, it's going to be the most attractive product to offer the marketplace. Now, if I'm offering an agent to join my partner up with us here at eXp in our revenue share organization, they're going to pay an 80-20 split, $16,000 cap, and they're not going to pay a split into me as a so-called team leader. So you have different names for different teams at different companies: transactional teams, rainmaker teams, expansion teams, commission split teams, but different verbiage for the same structure. But if you're at a franchise company, look at what you're offering. So I'd say, hey, Mike, guess what? Join our company, pay a huge split on top, because we have a franchise model ahead, brick and mortar. We got lots of overhead. Also, because we're franchised, we're going to tax you, and we're going to charge you what's called a royalty tax or franchise tax. And then on top of that, we're going to urge you to join a team and pick a team leader inside our company that's also going to tax you again and ask for a bigger chunk out of your commission. So you're paying a bigger split and bigger cap. You're paying a royalty tax. And on top of that, you're having to pay an extra split into a team. What high producing agent in the country is going to want to do that? Who's going to pay all that extra money into a traditional team? When you're here at eXp Realty, you can simply say, hey, guess what? We're running a revenue share organization. We're going to give you all the benefits. And what Mike and I are doing on top is you guys really want to sit down behind the scenes and see what we're offering you guys. It's a huge value add proposition, but you're not going to pay Mike and I a split. We're not going to be a traditional team leader in that sense. We're a revenue share partner. So you're not going to have to pay us 25 to 50% of your transactions, but you're going to get the same support that you would as if you were joining a traditional rainmaker expansion team, if that makes sense. So you're keeping more of what you make, which is going to increase your income, but you're getting the same support, if not better, depending on whose team you join.
Definitely. And even from my mind, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that if I was a team leader and I had these 15 agents under me, one of the things that's really powerful is if I wanted to grow my team, I would have to go out and find a new agent. I would have to bring them on. I would have to train them myself. And that would take a lot of time. It would take a lot of money. And oftentimes, once that agent sees that they could no longer have to pay me a big portion of their commission on top of what's already happening with the brokerage, that they could just go out and either become a solo agent or they could join a different team with a better split. But correct me if I'm wrong, if I have 15 agents right now, those agents now have an opportunity to help grow my team through their business and their revenue share organization. It saves them money. It saves me money. But now they can also have the opportunity to get all the training for new agents, and I don't have to train them, as well as the fact that they're going to be able to get the questions answered in real time whenever they want. They don't need, so for me, looking at the best benefit for my agents, I have the best interest in them. That's why they're joining me, because they confide in me because of what I've done to help other people. So now they, in real time, 11 p.m. in the evening, if they have a question and they feel like they can't connect with me because I'm busy, they can go into the cloud and they get their answer answered in real time by a paid employee, not a bot that's answering it, a paid physical employee. So that's helping the agent because it's giving the agent the answer in real time. It's helping me because it's saving me the time from having to deal with something that could have been outsourced. And now I'm winning. The agents that were directly on my team are winning, but now their agents are winning, which is allowing me to grow quicker as well as in a more scalable manner.
Yeah, and then another thing is it's like if you understand how wealth is created is through duplication. That's why people build a business, hire employees. That's why people build a team in the first place. Let's say Mike has 15 agents and I'm his lead alpha agent in the office, and I start growing my business. I start starting to do well. I start to feel proud about myself. Maybe I want to start my own team. Now, this is very common in the industry. What happens if I split off and start my own team? Well, Mike's not going to be very happy with me, but I'm going to have to create the whole value add proposition to give to my new team. I'm going to basically start from ground zero, where that doesn't have to happen when you partner with Mike and I at eXp, because Mike and I have already built out incredible resources, Instagram courses, Facebook courses, YouTube courses, back-end training academies, masterminds, things like this, that you can rebrand yourself. You can have your own team name. It's all about you and your team. It'll be your team's name, but you're able to offer all the resources that we've already created to help you grow your team on top of this. And this is for a brand new agent even. The value adds that we offer as partners of ours is being able to be given to everybody in our organization. And if you guys are familiar with that, what we have is a 7-tier revenue sharing system here. So that means that you guys partner with us. You have all our tools and resources to help you grow your team as well. So it's another outsourcing system on top of what eXp is already giving you, which is huge opportunities for your agents, health insurance options, expensive lead generation software, full-on marketing center, live support in the cloud, legal support, tech support. And as the company grows international on a larger scale, a lot of those departments are going to be 24/7 is what we're being told. And some of them you can go in there and already see that support system. I mean, we were in there the other night getting tech support. Mike and I at almost midnight because we're in United Kingdom and Australia, and there's a tech support specialist in there at midnight. That's literally unheard of in the industry.
Well, I think it's really powerful because in my mind, and I hear this time and time again, is I know a lot of team leaders, and a lot of team leaders, when I ask them why they got into the business, and then furthermore, why they started a team, is because they wanted to eventually remove themselves from the transaction. They wanted to have agents that were going to be able to produce volume for them based on the training that they provided them. And then they're going to be able to have more time with their family, with their friends, with their hobbies, passions, vacation, whatever that looks like to them, because they wanted to create a lifestyle. They wanted to create flexibility. But what I see time and time again is that a team leader comes into the business, they start realizing that the agents, even though they seem ambitious at the beginning, when it comes to actually taking action, a lot of them don't fulfill it like they were saying. And then now the team lead, myself, that got into the business hoping that these agents were going to help me alleviate some of my time invested in the business, I'm now spending more time in the business dealing with stuff that I thought would have been obvious, would have been handled, could have been outsourced, but now it's falling on me. So I think the power of the outsourced tool, which is the cloud-based brokerage, is something that really helps team leaders, because now you don't have to deal with that. Now you have people that know that specific task like the back of their hand, answering it for those agents in real time, which is allowing them to feel more confident because they can get the answer in real time specific to their state. But now it's allowing me to seem like somebody that has better tools, training, resources for my agents, even though I'm not even the one doing it.
Yeah, and it's just another thing to think about. If you build a business, it's not just that you attract talent to a company, any industry. It's how do you keep them? And so eXp's created, I think this is what I'm really impressed with what Glenn Sanford did, our founder, is he understood how businesses grow. He understands there needs to be a retention component. So everything he does is creates parts of our business model that increases the likelihood that we retain agents. So we have all these value adds on the front end. But think about health insurance. We now have health insurance options for agents. And if you don't have that at your brokerage, would you like to have it? Do you have stock awards at your company? So they're giving us ownership in our company for doing what we're already doing, selling houses, building teams. And if your company doesn't give you ownership in the company, would you want to have ownership in the company? And then we have a very powerful residual income business model. You can still run a traditional Rainmaker team at eXp. You can set your splits. There's actually 3 different team structures that we have, which we can talk about privately. Like it's be too long for this call. But the ability to build passive income, time and money freedom through revenue sharing is a huge attraction to the company. And with the country on lockdown that we've just seen for 2 months, more than ever has eXp become a safe haven for agents, which is why you're seeing so much attention on us right now. Is for one, our cloud-based system, we were the least affected, in my opinion, because we didn't have our offices shut down. We still continue to get trained, still continue to have tech support, still continue to operate. But on top of that, you have this residual income stream that is a secondary income stream, which is protection, which is why people have multiple streams of income in the first place. And now agents more than ever just felt the shock of this crazy hit that we all took. And I think they're now knowing more than ever that this is not the only time a life liability will pick up. You will have children, you will have grandchildren, you will have to take care of your older parents, you will get hit in a car wreck, you will have another wave of some crazy something come out of nowhere. What are you going to do if you can't sell houses? What are you going to do if you cannot trade time for income? Do you have income coming in? So like, this wasn't as big impact for me as it was for a lot of people, because I had this impact in my life 10 years ago, and I knew I would never have one stream of income again. I knew I would never have a business model that didn't have equity component to it, residual income and duplication. I needed these things to protect myself so that this time it hit, I wasn't affected like most people are. So let this be your warning right now that this will happen in the future. Start preparing today. And I think agents are seeing eXp as the best option for that, to be able to build the second residual income stream that can cover their mortgage, that can cover their bills, that can make them or help them weather the storm a little bit better. And I want more agents to realize they have that opportunity over here.
Well, that's super powerful. And one last thing that I wanted to touch on, because this is super important too, is the icon program, because a lot of team leaders are actually top producers, and a lot of them get into the business and want to start a team because they realize that a lot of other agents are reaching out to them saying, hey, I see the volume that you're doing. I see you everywhere. How can I do what you do? And they end up building a team naturally because they are top producers. So what is the icon program? Because I've heard a lot about it. And why would this benefit a team leader?
Yeah. So this is the biggest game changer in brokerage history, in my opinion, for attracting agents. So we have a stock award plan here at eXp that allows us to earn equity in the company in multiple ways. And one of the big attractions is back in 2015, we launched an icon program. So it is essentially a loss leader program. So a loss leader is a product or service that a company either takes a small loss on, breaks even, or makes a small profit on to attract business around it. Some of you guys that earn it marketers, like a self-liquidating offer, something like that. So what this is a capping plus 20 reimbursement of your cap through stock. I'm going to go slow again. We have a $16,000 cap, an 80-20 split. Whether you do this in one house or 20 houses or 100 houses, you'll be paying 80-20 split for the first $16K you pay in the company. After you cap, you're going to get a $400 stock award in the company for being a capping agent. And then you're going to go off a split. So no more 80-20. You'll go to a flat fee shop, transactional shop. Some people call them 100% shops. Not sure how they get away with that, saying it's 100% when you still have to pay something. But you're going to pay $250 per transactions after you cap. So if you do 20 transactions, houses or leases qualifying transactions, after you cap, you're going to become an icon agent. So capping plus 20. A lot of you guys are going to do this. And if you do the math on it, they're going to reimburse you $16,000 paid in the company. So our cap, if you're doing a 3% commission, it's equivalent to about $2.66 million in sales. Now, for you guys listening to this, we want you to succeed. You can do farm and land, residential, luxury, commercial, leasing. If you're working with new builds, you can do rebates. If you need to reduce listings, you can do this. And you can run your personal transactions to the company if you're an investor like myself. So they really want you to kind of swing for the fences and captain your own ship. But if you're doing 3%, that's going to be about $2.66 million for your $16,000 cap. So let's say you did this in 10 houses, average sales price, $266,000. It's going to take you 10 houses to cap. You'll pay $16,000 in the company. Now, after you cap, you pay $250 a house, but you have to do 20 transactions to hit icon status, $250 by 20, an extra $5,000. So now you've paid $21,000, 16 to cap, 5 to hit icon for 30 houses. I know I'm going fast, guys, but you can rewatch it. It's a cool thing about YouTube. But if you do the math on this, if you get hit icon status, they reimburse you $16,000. You vest and you take that $16,000 out at the same price that you got it at. It's 30 houses for $5,000 or $167 a piece. And with our other 4 ways to acquire equity in the company, these rock stars coming over to eXp, give or take, can some of them pay under $100 to sell their houses, which now makes it mathematically irresponsible to hold your license at one of the flat fee shops because you're getting the benefits of top box brand. Long story short, if you're a team leader, this is a huge incentive for you to build wealth in the company. But if you want to attract individuals to help them build wealth, as well as attract some of the most successful agents in North America, that is what's attracting is the Icon program. So this launched in 2015. A whole bunch of successful agents flooded into the company. Success follows success, which is why they do it, which is why they give them that great opportunity. And we tripled our agent count in 2016. And now, because of this, we're the single fastest growing brokerage ever in North American history. So if you want to build a team, the value offered to people joining your team is really how fast you can grow your business with top performance individuals. So you can now offer these agents this icon program, and it's a big attraction to our company right now.
Yeah, it's super powerful, and I'm really excited about this. A lot of our partners are going to be leveraging this because they are top producers, similar to myself. And I think this is something that, again, when you look mathematically, you look as an entrepreneur, and you can see that you can be selling properties for, give or take $100 per property versus hundreds of dollars. It makes sense on so many different levels why a team leader might want to join and be a part of this brokerage. So, Connor, my friend, thanks so much. Really appreciate it, guys. If you do want to book a private call with Connor and I to talk about how we can help your team leverage this system, as well as the incredible behind the scenes private things that we do on our own unique team, different than any other team at eXp, again, we'd be more than happy to have a private Zoom call with you, explain this, and show you how we're going to take your business to the next level. So guys, thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.